All right, welcome everybody to the Murray City Council. Today is February 7th, and I am off tonight, so bear with me. I'm a little sick. We're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I will be doing that. I forgot to ask somebody, so I apologize for that. If everybody could please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. All right. I am going to go ahead and move forward for the approval of minutes for council meeting on January 10th, 2023 and council meeting January 17th, 2023. Can I get a motion?
Go ahead. No. Phil, no.
You sure?
Yep, sure.
I didn't have my mic on, so you should. All right. I would like to make a motion that we approve the January 10th, 2023 and January 17th, 2023 Murray City Municipal Council meeting minutes as presented to us.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And can I get a second?
I second it.
All right, I will take Pam second. Go ahead, Brooke.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right, thank you so much. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward to consider a joint resolution of the Mayor and Municipal Council recognizing February 22, 2023 as Love Your Library Month. Mayor Hales and Kim Fong presenting. Go ahead, Mayor. Oh, no, well.
Who she wanted to have do that? You want me to do that, Rosalba?
I'm going to let you take
Okay.
it. It will sound so much
Come on
better
up.
coming from
Come
you.
on up, Kim. Thanks, Rosalba. Okay, welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. And as Rosalba said, that we have a joint resolution with us and the administration, with you and the administration. And I'll read that today as February 23 as Love Your Library Month. Whereas the public libraries provide accessible and free educational resources for every member of the community, regardless of socioeconomic status, the ultimate mission of the libraries is to empower people to open new worlds through discovery and imagination. And whereas libraries expose infants, toddlers, and preschoolers to a vast array of stories and books that otherwise would not be accessible. Sorry about that. Well, what a faux pas, huh? Excuse me. I read that and I thought that was weird. Anyway, accessible. Thank you very much. Now I don't know where the heck I am right now. All right, here we go. Accessible, and they offer engaging early literacy programs for the age group. And whereas libraries are critical for young people, they are welcoming places for children and teenagers to engage with others, gain independence by checking out library materials, and learn from the variety of programs provided for them. And whereas libraries provide service to adults, computers, and you have a lot of that. I understand. A lot of adults will come in and use the computer. So computers, study spaces, and meeting rooms provide needed access and community building. Homebound services provide library materials to those who can't leave their homes. Library programs encourage adults to explore new ideas, try new hobbies, and build social networks. And whereas libraries provide the lifelong learning and entertainment for all ages with a wide collection of fictional and informational material, including books, movies, audiobooks, and music in both physical and electronic formats. And whereas libraries foster friendship and community growth, providing an inclusive space for all. And whereas librarians play crucial roles in the functioning of libraries, and now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Municipal Council of Murray City do hereby declare February 23 as Love Your Library Month to honor Murray City Library and resources provided to our community to show appreciation for library users and encourage Murray citizens to engage with their Murray City Library. So let me just tell you real quick. So, and I've mentioned this before, but Kim has mentioned this a few times, that we're blessed to have our own library here in Murray City. People will say, well, it's a little more expensive. Not true. If we didn't have a Murray library, then we would be participating with the county libraries, and those are a lot more expensive than with taxes than we are. This provides Murray citizens to be able to use the library and others, and we can also use the county library. So we have the best of both worlds here in Murray City, and we're really blessed to have Kim Fong as the director of our library. She does a phenomenal job. She's talked about retiring in about 10 years. You know, little less than that, but I've said it has to be 10 years. So she signed a contract with me the other day, and she's here for a while. So we are so appreciative, really. And without further ado, I think we need to give Kim Fong and her group and her board members a great big hand. Now I'm going to turn this over to you. I love that. That is awesome. All righty. So now, yes, before we do that, we're going to have a resolution. So we'll turn that over to the council for the resolution.
Yes, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to adopt the joint resolution of the mayor and municipal council recognizing February 2023 as Love Your Murray Month.
Love your library.
Love your
Rosalba,
library
you're
month.
making me feel good,
All
Rosalba.
I've been in that boat before.
Oh, my goodness.
And
I'll second
I
that.
was the only one off tonight. All right, thank you, Phil. Go ahead, Brooke.
Aye.
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 Thank you. Now, can we have Kim say a few words? Is
Yes,
that okay?
please,
Okay, we'll turn
Kim.
it over to thank you, Kim.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you so much for recognizing the hard work that we do at the library. We have a great staff there, and they are very passionate about libraries and serving our community. I just have one little thing I want to tell you that happened today in the library. I was walking by, kind of straightening up, and there was a father and a young son, probably about 4 years old, they were building blocks at our block table in the library. And Dad said to the little boy, 5 more minutes and then we have to go. And the little boy was like, oh, and his dad said, we have to go. We have food in the car. We got to go back home and put it in the refrigerator. And the little boy said, but the library feels good. And I was like, and that's what we want. We want people to feel good when they're in the library, and I was so pleased to hear that. So thank you very much for this great resolution and for recognizing the work that we do. Thanks.
I open it up to the council. Does anybody have anything to say, Pam?
I just have to say, I'm from upstate New York, and so we always had the bookmobile come. So when I was little, I always checked out Harold and the Purple Crayon, and I have 2 of his books. And when I moved here, I was out in Magna, and I have my card. When we moved to Magna, I have my card from there. And then when I moved to Murray, you guys just said, yeah, you're fine here. We're just going to put a sticker. That's when you were by Liberty. And so I've always enjoyed the library, and thank you for everything that you do for the library. As a citizen, I really appreciate you guys being there.
Anyone else?
I
Gary?
just want to agree at that top-notch library. And, you know, as a child, I didn't grow up in Murray, but we used to always go to the Sandy City Library, and I see the value in having a tangible book in your hands. And
Yep.
libraries are kind of the last places where that's
Yeah.
doable still. So thank you for all you do.
I just want to echo what's been said. Kim, you know, I think you and your library are wonderful and have and always will be very supportive. So thank you for all you do, and we appreciate you.
I just want to finish off and say thank you. I know I've told you personally, but having some of the board members here, COVID was really hard for us and our family, and I think you guys adapted and adjusted the way that you library and the way that you do story time with such grace, and it was such an honor to see my little guy like just grab random things to make noises or to do whatever he needed to do with like material and just follow through. And I think it really helped his love for reading, because now he reads at faster than his class, really. And I think that really just propelled him to love story time and books and everything else. Even though it was online, it was great. It was accessible for us and what we needed at the time in a transition of our life. So personally, I appreciate you. Lincoln appreciates you. Lincoln went into the library for the first time in the last few weeks and got a library card, and he was super excited, and he asks every day when he's going back. So we will make a time to go back, but thank you again for all that you all do. Thank you. All right, anyone else? Okay, we'll move forward to the next portion of our agenda, which is citizen comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence. Also include your district if you know it, and fill out a requirement form with Jennifer. Jennifer will keep the time to 3 minutes, and we'll go from there. Anybody wanting to come up? Thank you.
I don't need a mic. My name is Barbara Ray. I'm from the Women's League of Voters from Salt Lake County, and this is my colleague, Kirby Coyle. And I am an observer, which you all know that we do, and so she has something to say.
Thank you very much. I filled out a comment card, and then I said, Barbara, fill the card out. You're the resident. I'm the neighbor. I live in Sandy City. I use the Murray Library a lot. I love that space because of the light and the space. It's open and wonderful. The League of Women Voters is interested in making sure that all citizens have access to great information. We observe the city councils, the school boards, and the commissions that matter to all of us in the county of Salt Lake County. I myself observe the Canyon School District board for the league, and the information that we gather is typically what is important to you and what is important to your constituency. What do the voters care about? And as you know, the League of Women Voters is nonpartisan, so we must represent that we are completely nonpartisan when we are representing the league. So Barbara, as our observer here, documents what is. There's no opinion or no slant provided to us. The information is shared confidentially across those who have agreed to be nonpartisan. Any of us can speak as individuals of our partisan concerns and cares, or as residents of our communities. But in the role of the league, we are here simply because we've been here 103 years, ever since women got the right to vote. And in 1920, so we're celebrating 103 years this month, and we were founded on Valentine's Day. What better day for us to open our hearts and say, everyone, please register to vote, care about your communities, and we see that across the councils in the county. You all are wonderful, and we so appreciate your hard work and your devotion to your communities. Being in a position where you are it is very difficult, and so we honor and respect all of you completely, and I thank you. And Barbara is wonderful. She knows her community. She cares about it, and I thank you all. If any of you want to know what's on our weekly briefing, you can go online to the League of Women Voters Salt Lake .org and simply sign up to receive our weekly briefing. That is a briefing of items across the county that may be of interest to you. And at times we highlight the good practices that various councils and boards do that make sense to us and that we feel citizens would appreciate knowing about. So I thank you all, and thank you, Mayor. Perfect. Good to see you, sir.
And I only have one more thing, because there's two of us, 6.
Okay.
You might not see me, but I actually think the best thing that somebody did, and I know it was because of COVID, was put a camera in the back and put it online, because I can watch you in my jammies.
Give this to you for the record. It's
Thank
just our
you.
intro letter that we have sent to the mayor. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Clark? If you're here, I'm going to call on you.
Hello, I'm Clark Bullen, and I live in District 3. Some changes to the zoning of the MCCD, specifically this section of the MCCD, south of Vine and east of State Street, are going to come before the council as recommended by the Planning Commission. And that addresses, I believe, some of the concerns. I do believe that it may not go quite far enough. But the concern that is not addressed in that is, as I see it, is that there is not a requirement for a historic look and feel. In this city survey that was recently done, it does reference many times that citizens would like a historic look and feel in this downtown area, including traditional architecture, brick building materials. And so whatever does get built in this area, I do believe that what the citizens would like to see is a design requirement to make it fit with the rest of the downtown area. The yet to be developed Block 1, which should have a historic design requirement as well. Desert Star, Damery Music, to name a few of the buildings down, the soon-to-be renovated Murray Theater, which will be right next door. So I would encourage the council to consider asking the Planning Department and Planning Commission to add a historic design requirement for all of MCCD, and to approve those prior to the decision to sell or how the city is going to market this particular property. 5025 South State Street, because I believe once decisions are approved, once those modifications that are being forwarded by the Planning Commission, then the property will likely go to market with those conditions, and then we might miss the opportunity to make this area match the rest of the MCCD in look and feel and architectural style. I've referenced the survey lots of times and read the same statistics. I sent them to you in an email. I don't think you need them again. You know the survey I refer to, but please do consider that so that we don't miss this opportunity that we probably won't get again for quite some time in this particular area. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. I will close the public comment section of this. I want to say hearing, but it's not a hearing. Citizen comments, and we'll move on. We have nothing on our consent agenda. And we have a public hearing. We are going to be considering an ordinance amending section 17.78.050 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to the minimum area required for detached accessory dwelling units, presented by Jared Hall.
Thank you. This is a relatively simple amendment. We received a request from Peggy Imai. Can I say it right? I practiced earlier, but I can't remember. It's been an hour or so. This text amendment is, as you said, to 1778.050. That's our accessory dwelling unit section, and this relates only to detached accessory dwelling units. And we'll go through some of those things real quickly as a reminder of what that is versus an interior dwelling, accessory dwelling unit, et cetera. And I apologize in advance. This was Susan's project. She couldn't be with us tonight, but I'm assured this is a simple enough amendment that even I can handle it. So, there are two types of ADUs, or accessory dwelling units. An internal or attached ADU, we call them, like this one here, it's part of the home. It could be upstairs, downstairs, it could just be an attachment. And there are detached accessory dwelling units. They're much less common. The standards for them, they're harder to meet. You need a bigger lot. You have to meet the same setbacks as the house, et cetera. This attached, or this amendment relates only to detached accessory dwelling units, and it has only to do with the size of the lot. No other requirements that we currently have are being modified by this particular amendment. Currently, the requirement for lot size for a detached accessory dwelling unit is 12,000 square feet. There isn't a lot size requirement for interior or attached accessory dwelling units, just for detached. And the requested amendment breaks down to just be 10,000 square feet instead of 12,000 square feet. Now, that opens up a few different lots than we've had in the past, but not a whole lot. This is a slide that Susan put together to show the difference visually between a 12,000 square foot lot and a 10,000 square foot lot, typically anyway. Not all lots are perfectly square, but if they were, that's your difference basically right there. The staff supports this change for a lot of different reasons, but let me just summarize them. These are the official findings that were made for the Planning Commission, and the Planning Commission, again, also supports this change. We did not bring it as staff, but we are looking into changes to the detached accessory dwelling unit standards. That's one of our goals that we did in the Moderate Income Housing Plan, was to relook at those standards and see if there were ways that we could open up more lots to detached accessory dwelling units. We want to be careful with that, but this particular change that Missy May brought forward right now, we support that wholly. It's not a huge change. It will allow a few more lots to be used, and we'll be looking at additional changes that we might propose to the Planning Commission and Council coming into this year. It doesn't have a lot of impact in terms of which lots are available. It's, again, not a huge difference, and you do still have all those other requirements. You still have an extra parking space you have to provide. You still have to live in one of the two units if you're the owner of that property. We have a live-in requirement in Murray, and the same size of unit applies, and you have to meet the same setbacks that you would for the zone, et cetera. Only the lot size changes. The Planning Commission did have they did recommend approval as well to make that simple change, and that is all I have for you tonight. Is there any questions from the council?
Jared?
Yeah.
I know that the legislature is constantly dealing with ADUs
Yes.
and housing and so forth. Is there anything on the horizon at all that would deal with this? Does this put us,
At odds
in
or
the
anything?
mainstream or at odds?
It probably takes us more toward where they're headed with it as well, and like I say, we're going to want to look at those standards. We have very few. I think we did 18 accessory dwelling units last year. None of those accessory dwelling units were detached. It's difficult to make them work with the standards that we have, and they're pretty strict. We'd like to look at ways of opening them up, but we don't want to do it, again, too haphazardly. When the state last year mandated that we make some changes to our interior or attached accessory dwelling units, we were already in compliance with almost all of that. They left the detached ones alone. They might pick them up again this year, and we'll see what they do. But as far as we know right now, we'd still be in compliance with
And
their
it's
standards.
fair to say that the vast majority of single-family lots in Murray are 8,000 square feet or lower, correct?
Yeah, we don't have too many lots that are over 8,000 square feet. And a lot of those, even a lot that's larger, let's go back to a slide real quick, even a lot that's larger, like this 12,000 square foot lot, under our standards, you still have to make that 25-foot rear yard, you still have to make all those setbacks. So a lot of lots that are larger still have trouble making ADUs work if they're detached. It's just a lot harder.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Oh, sponsor. Yeah, is there a sponsor? Is she here?
Missy May, I don't know if she's here tonight or not.
Yes. Oh, okay. Does she want to speak or say anything? I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry, she said no. That's okay. You don't have to at all. I just wanted to say, I really do. I know when we originally brought this forward last year sometime, that was my question is, can it be 10,000 square feet? So I do appreciate you bringing this forward, and now we're here. And then the other thing I was going to ask is, are we looking into what parts of the city we can do accessory dwelling units at a lower square footage?
Yeah,
And is that something we'll see in the future?
That's something you'll see in the future. We want to do a more in-depth survey of the lots that we have and what the impact might be of going even lower than 10,000 square feet. At 10,000 square feet, we're all I can think to say is be uncomfortable. That's not, I don't want to mix languages, but we're good and comfortable at 10,000 square feet. No
Yeah,
problem.
we're on the 10,000 square feet, and I know
No
it
concerns
would make
there.
a difference.
To go lower, we want to be careful and make sure we're not creating a lot size that doesn't allow for anything to be done without changes to setbacks, and we're not prepared to propose those kinds of changes yet, but 10,000 doesn't hurt anything.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so much. And with that, anybody else have any questions? No? All right. I will go ahead and take a motion.
I'd like
Oh,
to make,
sorry. I apologize. We will open it up for a public hearing. I should have taken note from Jared moving the mic. So public hearing, again, you will have limited to 3 minutes. You'll step up to the microphone, state your name and the city of residence, and fill out a required form with Jennifer over here and get that back to her. Anybody? No? Okay, I guess I will close out the public hearing now, and we'll go ahead and move forward with a motion.
Madam Chairman, I would like to make a motion that the City Council approve an ordinance amending Section 17.78.050 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to the minimum area required for detached accessory dwelling units as presented tonight.
Perfect, thank you. Can I get a second?
I second it.
All right, thank you. I have a first and a second. Go ahead, Brooke.
Aye.
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 Aye. All right, with that, it has passed, so congratulations. All right, we'll go ahead and move forward. We have no business items in. Oh, thank you, Jared. I like that slide. Keep them coming, huh? We have no business items at this time, and we'll follow up with the mayor's report. Mayor.
The only thing I have is, I hope you enjoyed your visit. I know, Rosalba, you went the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, oh, I
to the
love
City
this.
Hall.
Yeah.
It was great. It was
great.
awesome, and we've been saying we're going to
Stunning.
do that, so we finally got that done. But it was fun to have you there, and that's all I have. We're just excited for this new building. Yeah, we're in February, so we can, Doug, can we still say next month? Yeah, it's amazing. They're moving along really quickly.
Yeah.
Mayor, I'd like to thank you for providing the copy of the mayor's report, the annual report. I've had a chance to look at that, and it's super informational for me. You know, coming back to the city and that level of detail in that, it was very, very helpful. I really enjoyed it. I actually read it twice.
Well, thank you, and we're looking into your recommendation on putting that on the webpage.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Phil.
The City Hall tour was very impressive, by the way. The amount of knowledge that was over there, the discussion, the way it started. I was sad I had to cut out before it could finish, but it was very, very impressive. Where someone described the council chambers like the United Nations, and it's terrifying, but it is. A little bit looks that way. I mean, the way that it feels.
Yeah, it's
very
big, isn't it?
interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Design.
huge.
We won't have a problem with, I mean, I shouldn't say this because you never know, but we shouldn't have a problem with not being able to hold everyone in that council chamber and then the extensions that we have with
Yeah,
it. So
very nice job.
anyway, so thanks for being there.
I just want to say thank you for the banquet the other night. That was really fun. It was fun to take Lincoln.
That was, you know what, he was cute.
He was
fun.
cheering you on every time a new slide came up, and he was like, "I recognize that." So it was fun to take him. It was just kind of our little date to go together, but
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to that. We had a great
yeah,
time.
It was really great.
For
And
me, it was
thanks-
very enjoyable, so to be with you, so
and all the citizens too.
thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay, so I've had some citizens contact me on this building, and when everything is empty, several of them went to school here, and they're still attached to it. Not as much, but just
Sure.
memories. Could some of the older residents walk through it before you close it down?
Sure.
Is that
I can't see a problem with that
okay?
at all. Yeah, that would be a fun thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
To invite those to come back, an alumni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one resident that will drive by and she'll go, that's teacher so-and-so's room, and
Yeah.
that's teacher so-and-so, and we used to be down here.
Yeah,
and
because
the
I don't
playground
know
and-"
that side of it,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's a great suggestion, Pam, thank
Okay,
you.
and then they were wondering if they could get bricks when they start
Yeah,
demolishing.
I think
and
that's a
all that.
plan too, that we're going to
Okay.
do that, so,
Okay, thank you.
thanks, Pam.
All right. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you.